This video has been brought to you by DataVinci Analytics Agency.
Hey there, welcome back to DataVinci's YouTube channel. Today, we are going to be talking about landing page optimization with scroll milestones. So let's get started. But first, what exactly is a landing page? It's a name that we all know, but the definition is not so clear. So let's set the rules for landing page out here. Landing page is essentially a page that your visitors see for the first time after coming from a banner ad or a PPC ad or any type of promotions that you do online. The landing page has a dedicated purpose, and its main goal is for users to perform a specific action. The action could be making a purchase, signing up for a newsletter, or subscribing to your email list, anything like that. So landing page has a specific purpose with uh, and of course it's different from your home page, because home page is not necessarily your landing page, because a home page is where your users go to learn more about your brand, to understand who you are. But landing page is where the users are directed, usually through paid traffic, to perform a specific action. So if that's clear to you, let's start to understand why is it important to optimize a landing page. So as we discussed before, landing page is a page or a website where you send users through paid traffic. Paid traffic means you're spending dollars or euros or any type of currency to send users over there. So if you're not optimizing your landing page, you're basically just wasting your money. So a well-crafted landing page combined with a data-driven campaign can significantly boost your return on investment. But at the same time, a crappy landing page, needless to say, will waste your money. We've seen with most of our clients, or rather multiple clients in the past, that they optimize their campaigns on the ad platforms, but do not optimize the landing page. In this video, we are going to be learning about how you can optimize your landing page by tracking certain events that the user needs to perform in order to reach towards a goal. The events are like clicks, timer events, the scroll events. You will also track the additional parameters like what was the time taken for the user to click, what was the last section viewed before they clicked, or how much did they scroll before they had a CTA click or performed the conversion action, things like that. So you see, before even the user converts, we get an idea or we capture a lot of information such that we know what our target audience is doing. If you have a look at the report that you see that is linked down below, you will get a better idea about what I'm talking about. Okay, so now that you have an idea about what the end outcome is going to be like, we can get started on how you can configure this report on your own for your own website. So as I mentioned before, you need to implement certain events, especially for the scroll milestones report. You need to implement the scroll event. I can show you the tag that we have for our container. So we have this tag GA4 event scroll milestone, and for different thresholds we fire the same event and we segregate it using the scroll depth parameter, which is a custom dimension that we've created in GA4. So we are firing it on 33, 50, 75 and 90. Alright, so you can create a similar tag on your property and start tracking things like the scroll, clicks, etc. Okay, once you have that particular data in your GA4 property, you can import that data into Google Sheets, or you can import it directly into Looker Studio as well. For this tutorial, I'll be showing you how you can do it with Google Sheets. So let's create a new Google Sheet and let's use GA4's official extension. It's called, so you'll find the extension called GA4 Reports Builder for Google Analytics, and you'll find the small trademark out here. So if you're aware, or if you have ever used the extension by Google Analytics for UA, you'll find that this particular extension is sort of similar. In fact, it's almost the same type of extension. So in this, we need to create reports, or rather tabs, which will pull data from GA4. The first tab, or the first report that we need to create, is the all sessions. We basically are getting all of these sessions, and here you can select your account, your property, and you can select maybe last 180 days. Yeah, and data is yesterday. And for dimensions, we will need the date. Next important one we would need is the landing page. Next, you can add things like the session source, and medium. Yep. And let's try to add the campaign as well. Session campaign. Okay. In terms of metrics, we want just sessions. We do not need to apply any dimensions or metric filters, so you can just click on create report. Once you click on create report, it will create a tab called report configuration, as you can see out here, and it will list out the metrics and dimensions that you just created. So you can see that it did not pull the data, rather it just created the configuration of the report. Now in order to pull the data, what you need to do is you again need to open the extension and then click on run reports. Now this will create a new tab within this sheet with the same name as the report name, and that is where the data will be populated. So let's wait for a few seconds, and yeah, you can see that a new tab has been added and the data has been entered into this sheet. Next, we need to create the next report, which would be fetching all the sessions with the 33% scroll event, right? And for fetching that, we need to apply filters. So over here, we'll need to add a couple of more dimensions like the event name and also the scroll depth parameter that I showed you. Okay, so here we can add a and filter where the event name matches or is exactly as scroll milestone. Let me verify it in the tag. Yep, it's the same as this. And another filter. Here we'll add the threshold as 33. And let's click on create report. Should populate another column. And you can do the same thing for the other reports. Now, if you don't want to keep creating reports in this interface, you can also use the manual way, where you basically copy paste it. Let me select it till here and paste. So this one would be for 50, this one for 75, and this one for 90. I also need to change the values out here. So you get the basic idea about how we are creating these reports, right? Now what we need to do is we need to sort of mimic the blend that we would create in Looker Studio using sheets. Basically a left join on the all sessions table with the events table or the scroll events table. You'll understand it better in just a couple of minutes. Let me just run the report so that all of these tabs are created. So all sessions with 33% scroll has been created, data has been populated, 50% scroll, next 75, and then lastly 90. Cool. Now let's add another tab. Let's call this the master tab. So here what we're going to do is we are first going to fetch the all sessions sheet. We can fetch it in different kind of ways. You can use the query method, or you can even use the import range formula. For me, I believe the query method should work just fine. So I'll just use the query function, and the data would be from the 15th row till the last. The query is select all. So select star. All right. I need it from 15, not 14. And I believe I can pull all the rows just in case if it's refreshing. So yeah, so I have pulled all the sessions that have happened and the daily count of it. Now what I want to do is I want to understand, or I want to fetch how many sessions for this particular combination of date, landing page, session source, and session campaign had a 33% scroll event. So basically sessions with 33% scroll. So how can you do that? You can use the SUMIFS formula. So here we need to specify the sum range. The sum range would be this, the G column. Here the criteria range would be starting from here, basically matching the date with this date. Then we'll match the landing page. I should start it from 15 just to keep it similar. All right, the next criteria is the session source, and the last criteria is the session campaign name. Okay, we've got an error. Let's see. Let's try to make it a bit simpler to understand. So the first criteria range is this, second, third. This is the sum range, criteria range 1, criterion 1, criterion range 2, criterion 2. Let's keep it from 15. And then, yeah. So the row referencing, the row number referencing was wrong. That's why it was showing up as an error. So this is the formula that basically fetches the number of sessions with the 33% scroll event. So we can verify this. So on 2024-07-12, sessions coming from direct, session campaign direct, landing page, homepage. Let's check. So let's go and filter. So what was the date? 2024-07-12. Oh, filter from here. Okay, and the session source was direct. So yeah, you can see that from on 2024-07-12 on the home page with the session source as direct and campaign as direct, there were 6 sessions that had the 33% scroll on the home page, and that is what we have retrieved out here. We need to follow the same process for the other uh, threshold. So 50%, of course we need to change the formula, and then 75%, we can skip the 90% because you basically get an idea about how you can do the same thing for all the other sessions. So let's first fix the references so that once we pull the formula down, it does not change. So this would be fixed. All right. Okay, cool. So now you can do the same thing for the 50%, 75%, and 90%. You can basically copy paste it out here. And what I'd like to try is, let's see if we can replace the values. So let's find all sessions with 33% scroll and let's replace it with 50%. Also search within the formulas and let the range be, yeah, the G column. Okay, and let's replace, and that's done. So that's replaced for 50%. The same process we can do for the 75% as well. Just Control F and replace, and make sure that you're replacing within just this range. So once you have this particular data set ready, you can easily use this to start reporting. What we do at DataVinci is that we just don't track the scrolls. We also have CTA clicks. We have timers. So you can create a master sheet where you can get sessions with 33% scroll, sessions with CTA clicks on the form, sessions with add to cart event, things like that, and use this particular tab or sheet in Looker Studio instead of blending, because blends tend to make the report slower and it can even break in Looker Studio. So we usually use Google Sheets for smaller projects like this. And you can also use BigQuery where you can easily convert these formulas into SQL queries, right? So once you have that data set ready, what you can do is you can click on make a copy. Let me just rename this to scroll depth demo, and let me cancel it and make a copy again so that I can select it. Let me create a data source and add the sheet that we just created. Let's select the master tab, click on connect. Okay, this is one of those issues with Looker Studio that even after adding it, it sometimes may not show up. So keep trying once more. Hopefully this time it works out. Oh, looks like it's not. Still, last and final attempt. Come on, let's let it work. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me try to add a data source out here first. And let's click on add. Alright, let's make a copy. And yeah, now it's available. So now you can click on copy report. We do have certain metrics missing, like the 75% scroll and things like that. So you need to fix that. So let's select all the charts with this data source. Add data. Again, connect the sheet. This is one of those initial headaches that you need to go through. But once it's set up, you can even export it to your clients or your stakeholders. So now it's being connected. Let's see what other issues is it facing. You can replace this with sessions with 50%, and then the total number of sessions as well. The filter wasn't working. Oh, record count as a dimension will not work. Let's try to refresh it and see whether the issue has been solved. Not yet. Missing. Oh, why is the metric landing page? Hopefully it should work now. Still isn't ready to work. Okay. Okay. So now it's working. Strangely enough, it's not working with sessions, but it does now. So you see, Looker Studio has its own problems, but that's fine. We can deal with that later. And no, we do not want sessions as a dimension, Looker Studio. We want landing page. Alright, so your report is almost done. You need to do a couple of more adjustments, like this would be sessions. You can use the original report as a reference for recreating it. This would be the sessions with 33% scroll, sessions with 50% scroll. It hasn't imported the H column, sessions with 75%, because it's totally empty. And this one was a custom field with the ratio of the sessions with 33% scroll as compared to the total number of sessions. So if you click on the original report, you'll find the formula. It's a simple formula. Don't forget to use the aggregation of sum operator. If you just do like this won't work. This will give you incorrect values. So make sure that you have the sum operator around the matrix. All right, so that was it. That was how you can create a landing page optimization report based on the scroll milestones event on your website. So in this video, we've covered on how you can track those events on your site. We've even showed you the tag. So we have a simple tag with the scroll milestone event, and then we have an event parameter that captures the scroll depth. And then the trigger for this is a simple trigger where we trigger it on the percentage thresholds like 33, 55, 50, 75, and 90. For your website, it could be something else, but that's fine. Once you start collecting the data, you can wait for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, depending on the volume of events coming into your GFO property. And then you can start reporting and using that data to your advantage. So I hope that this video has helped you understand that how you can optimize your landing page by tracking certain engagement events. We'll be coming out with more videos regarding the optimization of landing page. So stay tuned and may the force be with you. Thank you.